Dr. Dre and his wife are apparently in the talks and going through the act of completing or trying to complete it. And, you know, she's been with him since what, NWA? Like, they've been together for a long time, you know, and they're going through the proceedings, and there's a list that came out.
He was married when he got with her.
Say it again.
He was married when he got with her. So
okay, got you.
Say what?
He was married to somebody else. They first started dating.
No, because he was supposed to be with Michelle A. I thought, but they weren't married.
I didn't,
and because she before she got with Dr. Dre.
Oh, I'm not talking about.
She was with
Dr. Dre was married. I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about his wife, right? Not Dr. Dre.
Yeah, she was messing with this dude who played for the Lakers named 𝗀𝗡𝗋. Wow. So you might, if you were a real Laker fan, you know about 𝗀𝗡𝗋.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Okay. A good call. I was asleep on the 𝗀𝗡𝗋 part. I didn't know that part. But in turn, she's filed court documents asking for $1,936,000. Look, I'm just gonna give you the list. In monthly spousal support and $5 million in legal and lawyer fees. So let me go down this list so y'all can see what she needs to live her life on a monthly basis. So the breakdown for the funds include $10,000 for laundry, $135K for new clothes, 60 G's for their 2 children's education, $900,000 for entertainment services, $125,000 of them things for charitable contributions, $100,000 to cover her Malibu mortgage, and $20,000 for her cell phone and email access.
What?
Yes, this is a list that
she's still paying by the minute. She ain't got free nights and weekends at this point.
I don't know what type of plan this is. This must be like,
see, this is why a lot of rich dudes don't want to get married. You know, they'd be like, not going through that.
I guess FaceTime, you can jump in the phone and jump out. Like, I don't know what's going on with the fees for this, but so that's a lot of bread, man. Here's my question.
Yeah, it's a lot of bread.
Here's my question to y'all. With her being who she's been to him, you know, for such a long time, are these numbers as ridiculous as they sound, or do you go along with the concept of cost of living and what you've become accustomed to as you've been married to Dr. Dre, who's a billionaire, 25 or 30 years? Lone, what's your reaction to this list when you first saw it? Is this justifiable in any way or no? Based off what I read.
Share this image on the screen while we talk about.
Let me see what you got.
I don't know, man. Here's the thing.
I'm trying to find something here.
Dre's a billionaire, right? He's officially a billionaire.
Yes.
Why am I hearing myself? So close. He's up there. So I did the math on it, right? So $2 million essentially a month for 25 years is $600,000. So it's a lot of money. $600,000, $600 million, excuse me. I think that she may be justified in some of the money. Okay. I don't know if I want to determine if that's the right amount. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what all that stuff means. It seems excessively high, in my opinion, but you know, what do I know? Okay. But what I will say is this list that she allegedly broke down, which everybody's saying that it is a real list, is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's what I'm
like.
For.
She should have just put like 1.5 million to do whatever I want with, rather than try to justify $900,000 of entertainment per month. Or what mortgage? What mortgage are you spending $100,000 a month on? Like, how much does your house cost? What is your phone bill for $20,000 a month? I don't get it. I don't know. The numbers don't make sense to me, like based upon this list, but the overall number, I don't know. You know, like that's a lot of money, I would probably lean towards no. You know, like you could definitely like get by with a lot less than that, in my opinion. But it's their marriage, and really none of my damn business. But it seems excessive to me.
That's the thing. Like looking on the outside looking in, we never really know. I guess what you could say that you have to be in a situation to know exactly what's necessary. But with just glancing at the list, I'm like,
I ain't going.
The phone, the cell phone one alone, like the cell phone, email, that one right there is, I'm like, okay, you trying to stick before trying to sneak in another 20 G just because. Like I can't justify. I don't know how that's justified.
But why does it say email? Who pays for email? Like this. Who put this list? Who put this list together? Like this cannot be her list. This has got to be somebody's bastardized list of
I think it probably is her list.
She's a lawyer, right? I mean,
yes.
she would probably know better than that. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It just.
What you said? Jump in, Jay Diff.
She hasn't had to pass, or he hasn't had to pass, or represent anybody in court in how many years?
Not every lawyer represents people. Not every lawyer represents people in court, though.
I actually looked it up. Fair. She was married to 𝗀𝗲𝗱 from 92 to 95.
𝗀𝗲𝗱,
whatever his name is.
Sorry.
She was married to him, though, for about 2 to 3 years. She's been on some bird brain shit for a long time, evidently.
Well,
because in the beginning, she stated that, when this first came about, she said there was no prenup, and then she backtracked and said she was forced to sign a prenup. He ripped it up in front of her. Because you rip up a piece of paper in front of somebody does not mean that there wasn't an agreement reached. You know what I'm saying? And her as an attorney, that shows how stupid she is for to even say something dumb like that. So that's why I believe this list, because if you begin to state that there wasn't a prenup, and then when you find out there is, you backtrack and say you were made to sign it. This looks like an accurate list. $900,000 for entertainment during a pandemic is very excessive. Like, what are you doing with $900,000 a month to entertain?
And you can't.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
She's flying to OJ's to her house every night.
Yeah. Are you buying the Staples Center just to sit there by yourself with no?
I lost you guys. Looks like my Discord crashed.
I don't get it, but and then the $20,000 for phone and internet, and I mean she acts like she's paying a phone bill in the 80s with the phone with the suitcase.
Aren't their kids grown? Like I saw some cheese about education.
Maybe it's college tuition.
G's, might be tuition, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I gave her the benefit on that one.
$60,000. That's how much a year. I mean, a year at Harvard doesn't cost $60,000, and she wants that a month.
Yeah, she's tripping.
You know, she talking about she needs what, $125,000 for clothes, and then so much for dry cleaning. Look, if you dropping $125,000 for clothes, you just wearing stuff once and throwing it away. You're not cleaning none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at it from a different angle. Maybe her attorneys or whoever is advising her said, let's shoot for something real stupid, and then he can meet us in the middle. But you know, even with Dre being a billionaire, and I understand this is just how these things go, you got to understand this is. I think sometimes you got to read the room. You know, people are literally. I saw a report on CNN to where there's about 35 to 40 million people who are in danger of being homeless because there's no rent protection. You know, the Senate left without passing any further protection for people to be able to stay in their homes. So, you know, divorce or not, these are the sort of things that need to be kind of kept under wraps because, you know, as people are literally suffering in the worst ways in this country, for you to say you need, what is it, $20,000 for your cell phone bill and to send emails, it's insulting, and it's just in bad taste. You know, a lot of things that, you know, that rich people do are extremely bad taste, but like there are some people who have been able to read the room and, you know, say maybe I shouldn't put the money phone up to my ear or show me buying a Lamborghini with crocodile skin on it or whatever it is rich people be buying, just because right now is not the time when there are so many people in this world suffering. One of my favorite podcasts by sort of a celebrity is this cat named Bomani Jones. He's like, look, man, I understand it's rough out here. I have made a concerted effort not to wear my Rolex outside. Not only because
Bomani Jones,
right now, but because look, people are hungry, and that Rolex is the difference between somebody staying in or out of their house. So I just wanted to look at it from that, to say, I mean, I don't care if you go into Harvard or ICDC college, $60,000 a month, talking about for tuition. Like, even if you were staying, in some super duper nice apartment off campus, tuition and fees and labs do not come to $60,000 a month. And sometimes rich people got to read the room, man.
I think the point
pocket like he's been doing. Like, why does that need to go to her for her to pay kids going to school? Like, absolutely.
He could knock it out. To Terry's point, like he could knock it out and be done with it.
Pretty sure that their schooling is probably paid for, like, beginning to end.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
with the prices going up, like that's already taken into consideration. They taken care of. So I think the point that both of you guys hit on, Jay Diff and also more, is it's like you can tell there's something crazy going on. When he said the bird brain, that's why I was laughing, because this has an okie doke feel to it. It's like, let's go ahead and just jack up the prices real quick and hope we can get a little bit more realistic joint once they come down, and we can kind of meet in the middle. Like, I think that's what this is. But just
now,
some
with
of
all
this
that
shit,
said, I don't feel sorry for Dr. Dre because he got it.
Not getting none of that. That just lets you know exactly how much a billion is. For her to be requesting $2 million a month, I mean, that's insane.
That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread, man. With kids, it's grown.
So hard to relate.
The one that got me was $125,000 for charity. It's like, look, Ma, slow down. Me giving you $1.9 million a month, that's charity. Like, we can go ahead and cut that out right now.
Yeah, like that. What would you say? That's a contribution right there. If we're gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah. And the thing is, all this spousal support and child support, I don't know if people know this. And mind you, before there's a woman's movement in our chat. Paying child support is literally, as a man, the least you can do to make sure your kids are straight. But at the same time, none of child support and spousal support are not taxed. So $1.9 million to her is $1.9 million.
That's a good point. So
and again, that's $600 million in 25 years, which is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. So it really is a situation where I'm not saying there are women, like, because the thing is, there are some women out here who are barely getting a $350 a month from some dude who work at Sizzler or Kenny Shoes or whatever he's out here doing, just trying to make it happen. But I do think there should be a cap, because at some point you realize it's not child support, it's grown woman support, and you give a woman $10,000 a month, because that's what some of these, I have a friend who was with an NFL player and it didn't work out on child support. What's crazy that she got a check from the NFL, like her child support, because they don't want no problems. It actually has, child support paid out to the NFL because they don't want no stories about deadbeat fathers in the league. So
that hurts the brand. They can't have that.
Only why they playing, because the average number of years for an NFL player is what, 5 to 7?
No, 2.5 to 3.
I was gonna say 2 to 4, like especially to take advantage of your prime.
After they kick you out, they don't care no more. So as long as they got you covered while you playing for them.
At the end of the day, I think we can all come to an agreement that there's some bullshit going on somewhere. We just don't know exactly how this is going to finish. I'd be curious to see, though. I do want to see, once everything is over and completed, like how much of this outlandish shit lasted and how much has been amended by the time they get done with everything.
I tell you what,
I hope he don't get hit with that McCartney, because he got raped over the coals.
Wait, say it again.
Paul McCartney got raked over the coals.
oh yeah,
What was the specifics? I can't remember. What was the specifics?
Got.
Got. Like,
yeah, her
got.
settlement was somewhere in the 9 figures.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like he was married to this girl. I remember. I can't remember her name. She had one leg. She was kind of like the Alex Smith of.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, and
I see what you did there.
yeah, and she got over on him real bad. You know,
Heather
It was in
Mills.
the say.
I mean, he had it, but at the
Yes,
same
she
time, it's like that wasn't the love of his life. They weren't even together for no long time, and and they ain't got no kids together or nothing. I don't think.
Oh, she got a bag. Yeah, she came up. Now that's a come up. If they didn't have any, like Dre and his wife got history. Like that's the old girl that you talking about. That's a come up.
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure to join our live show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/bringingdowntheband and join our private Discord community with talks on hip hop, music, news, and everything else. Links in the description below.